This video is brought to you by Sailrite. Visit sailrite.com for all your project supplies, tools, and instructions. We'll be showing you how to make adjustable webbing straps for the Carbie pole in this video. These webbing straps help to support the Carbie pole, which is a carbon fiber pole, from excessive tension. For optimal strength of the carbon fiber Carbie pole, we're going to install a Carbie Adjustable Webbing Strap. That's perfect right there. It's under some tension, but not a lot. Now when we tighten the sail shade, this is gonna tighten right up. Now with the adjustable strap secured to the Carbie pole, we can tension the sunshade up nicely. There we go. The Carbie pole adjustable webbing straps are available in both black and white in a kit form where you sew them up yourself. Let's show you how it's done. We're using hem bobs for this application to sew this webbing. So you just put it on the spindle up here and then thread the machine as normal. Our 1-inch webbing has been cut with scissors. We're going to use a hot knife to seal the edge to keep it from unraveling. If you don't have this, you can use a wood burning tool or a soldering gun, or even take a lighter and touch the ends of the webbing. So you notice at the top of the Carbie pole there is a strap eye here, and what that's meant for is for an adjustable webbing strap. So if you want extra rigidity and you want to make sure that your poles are safe, you can install a webbing strap. To do that, I'm going to take a measurement from basically the top of the pole all the way to where I'd want that strap to come to the ground for my situation. Your situation may be completely different. So for me, 119 inches is where I'd want to make the length of my strap. It'd be better if I had a second person to hold this up there, but I don't. But I do know that from there to where I want to attach it is about 119 inches. Now we want a webbing strap for our application that's 119 inches in length, but we need to add about 10 to 12 inches to that. So we're going to make it 130 inches in length. So whatever your desired length is, just add 10 to 12 inches. For us, it's 131 inches. So we're going to mark it and we'll cut it there with a hot knife. Now we're cutting on top of the tempered cutting glass for the hot knife, and we're using the Sailrite Edge hot knife. We have one that's corded and one that's cordless. This is the corded one. Now we're going to take our webbing slider. You can see there's the center section is raised. And we also have a larger box here than at the top. So we're going to insert our webbing from the top like this and fold it back approximately an inch or so like that. And what we'll do is we'll sew it at this location. Now what I like to do is I like to staple it in place because the webbing always seems to move when you sew it. So just putting a staple in one location like that will keep it in the right location as we sew it. So I positioned the presser foot as close to the bottom edge of the webbing slider as possible, and all I'm going to do is some reversing in 3 different rows. Some forward and reversing, I should say. So there's one. I'm going to lift my needle out and then move it to about the center position again, and do it again. Two. And the last one, I'm going to even leave the staple in place because I can just sew right over the top. Now we'll just remove that staple. So we're going to put our hook on, and we don't know for sure if this is right, but we want the hook to go on so that it opens from the end like this. And then we're going to feed it up to our webbing loop, and hopefully we have it on correctly. Yes, we do. So if the hook is in the position with the center bar being high like this, With this being high, facing the opposite direction, that should be correct. Now we're going to feed our webbing into the buckle, making sure there are no twists. So we'll feed it in from the larger back side where we sewed on the other portion or other end, and then we'll come down over the center bar and through the front side. And then we'll pull all the webbing through to make sure that we're happy and there are no twists. That is perfect. All right, so we know the hook is facing down here, so I'm going to carefully push the webbing off the table. When I get to this other end, I'm going to feed my webbing from the top down with about a 1-inch tail on the underside, and we'll staple this in place and sew it in the same manner that we did the other one. Now we're just going to sew 3 straight stitches with some reversing as close to the hook as possible. There's our first.
We'll repeat the stitching just like we did with the other end. Let's move on. Each of the Carbie Adjustable Webbing Strap kits come with 2. We've made one, we need to make the second. Now let's show you how to use it.
To do this, we need to release the sail shade, lower the pole so we can gain access to the pad eye here, then take our strap and connect it like that. Then we'll raise our pole to the position where we desire it, which is right about there, and lock our cam lock. And then we will not tighten up the sail shade yet. We'll come down here to our ground anchor. Sailrite does not sell these ground anchors, but you can purchase them from Amazon and from garden centers. I really would like to have this coming off so that it splits the sail shade in half, and that's the best place to mount it. Now, if you have to mount it off to the side like this, that's not a big deal, it's just not the optimal position. So I'm going to come off, splitting the sail shade in half, and mount it right about here. I got quite a bit of mulch here, but once I get to the dirt below it, it'll take bite, and it has already. That's perfect. Now, this hook on the strap does not fit over this rather large bar, so I'm going to take a carabiner and I'm going to snap it on to this hook. So now we need to adjust the strap to the appropriate length, and it has a webbing slider here. If I pull on it taut here, it doesn't connect. And now remember, the sail shade is not taut yet. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to lower the slider, which will give me more webbing. And I want it to be fairly taut, but yet easy to connect. So I still have an inch or two. There we go. We're about a ½ inch away. I think I can pull it, no, a little bit more. You have to adjust this with the webbing being off tension. If it's under tension, it's hard to slide the slider. That's perfect right there. It's under some tension, but not a lot. Now when we tighten the sail shade, this is going to tighten right up. Now that we have the Carbie Adjustable Webbing Strap in place, all we got to do is tighten up our sail shade via the line at the bottom. There we go. Now with the webbing straps on the carbon fiber poles, they are a lot tougher and can withstand a little bit more windage than they can without it. So if you want optimal support for your carbon fiber pole, we highly recommend purchasing the Carbie Adjustable Webbing Strap, which is a DIY kit that you have to sew.
The Carbie Adjustable Webbing Strap for Carbiepoles is available from Sailrite in a kit form. Each kit comes with 2 adjustable webbing straps. Order them today from Sailrite.